Community. What you up to now? Day 3089. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, talking about documenting the journey originally as I moved from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of businesses, and then back and forth again since then. Came online pretty much full-time in 2017. Came in through ClickFunnels, did a whole bunch of stuff, tried a lot of things, failed at a lot of things, succeeded at a lot of things, and now I just continue to grow and learn and share, but I'm focusing on community and simplification. Why? Because I ran through at least 3 decades of my life, and it didn't serve me very well. Had a huge health challenge, and why I do what I do today is because of that event, and I'm just freaking grateful to be here. Well, today we're talking about community. All this month we're focusing on contribution as the area of the life framework. I share a 9-part life framework, and I haven't shown this for a while, so let's show my awesome written backwards graphic. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, contribution, communication, and confidence. I added in 2020 when I was going through a coaching program that had those as core skills, and I'm like, why am I not concentrating on that in the way I frame everything that I do? I actually set lifelong legacy goals and work backwards from them. I like to do a lot of things backwards. Don't know where I adopted that, but for most of my life, I've marched to the beat of my own drum, and part of that involves doing things backwards for some reason. So that served me really well. I'm sure I've accomplished way more in my life because of that than if I hadn't found my own way of doing things. So today and all this month, focusing on contribution. And as part of contribution, today's topic is community. And I realized that that is one of the things that was missing once I left corporate America and was solely out on my own. When I was in corporate America, I always had business, at least one or more on the side. For 35 years, I had an Italian food manufacturing business. That was the longest running business that I was an owner of. And I found it so powerful to be in corporate America but have my own business on the side, because it caused me to think like an owner. So when it came to my corporate job, I could see things both as a person that was a member of that organization, an employee, as well as how the business was looking at it and why they were doing certain things. So it gave me an ability to really explain to people, okay, this is why this is important for us to do. This is what it means to the company. This is what it means to us. Here's the benefit for us by doing this and participating in it and helping to make sure it's successful. And here's why the company wants to do that and why it makes sense for the long-term health of the organization. And it gave me an edge. It also gave me a huge sense of security, knowing that, hey, if I got fired today, and that might have happened on more than one occasion for various reasons, some of which were definitely not justified, but it still happens, right? Companies get to make decisions whatever they want. But I always knew I had a business to fall back on, so I never had to really worry about that, which again allows you to be yourself and take risks and do things and show up in alignment with who you really are in that corporate environment. Topic for another day. We're talking about contribution. But that was one of the ways I contributed differently to the corporate organizations I was a part of. And I realized when I left that, the thing I missed the most about the corporate structure and about being part of corporate was the team. The automatic group of experts in different fields that were brought together that I had the privilege of interacting with all the time. Now, I had to recreate that for myself, right? I had to build my own team. First thing, accountant, right? CPA, accountant, to help me with all of the details that were required that I did myself for a long time, but it got to the point where, okay, this is getting to be a full-time job. Somebody else needs to take this on and do it. Then legal. I think I had legal before accounting, but I always knew who my lawyer was going to be, so that was a non-issue. With respect to an accountant, I did a huge search and selected and picked my accountant, because remember my dad telling me, whoever you pick as an accountant, that's kind of who you're married to throughout your business life, because they have all your information, and it's just easier than switching. Unless you have a really, really bad one, then you switch. Like anything else. If you have a bad business partner, get the hell rid of them. How do I know that one? Lived experience, right? So today we're working on community. What does it mean? What does it really mean to build a community? I have a Supersize Your Business community on the school platform. I've had a Supersize Your Business or Supersize Business community on Facebook for probably 15 years. and wasn't able, I mean, I think there's probably 10,000 people in it or more, but it was never what I felt like a community should be. So as I'm getting older, I'm simplifying and I'm moving everything onto the school platform, or as many things as I possibly can, because I can do all the things I want to do in one place. To me, nirvana, right? Because I spent a lot of years and a lot of decades running through my life and having a super complicated things and running around like a chicken with my head cut off, one of my favorite sayings, unnecessarily. I thought it was necessary until I came on the school platform and I realized all these things that we could have done, or I could have done, to prevent burnout, to regulate my nervous system, to make sure I'm in alignment. All these things I never knew were even a thing growing up in corporate America and in running my own businesses. So lots to learn here, lots to do, a lot to experience. Yet I still love other platforms, right? I love Facebook. I record on Facebook every single day. Why? Because I'm legally blind and I had to find a way to create and do what I wanted to do within my capabilities. You'll notice none of my videos are edited until I hire an editor, which I don't know if I want to do that even, because with AI and everything, I'd rather just be me than the AI version of me. Now, you'll notice some of my crazy thumbnails, those are AI generated on YouTube. So they're pretty hilarious. They used to scare the daylights out of me when I first started using them, but now I've gotten to the point where they just make me laugh. All right, if I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. I'm going to cut this short because I was so behind yesterday. It was like crazy technological day and crazy other things. Had a plumbing problem. Okay, all kinds of crazy things went down yesterday. I think it was Mercury in retrograde or something. I don't follow that stuff, but my daughter does. All right, if I can help you in any way, you know what to do. Just ask. Have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.